So yeah, I'm from Argentina. I'm 30. Yeah, officially, I went to university, did business management, but I also decided to be a writer on the side. So I finished. I mean, I always had the artistic part, like in my personality. But yeah, when I was younger, I needed to do something for living. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna study and then also do it at the same time, the artistic side. So, well, when I was 25, I decided to start traveling, and then yeah, finish my novel, which is maybe soon to be published. I never had like the normal teenage life. Like most of my friends were falling in love and having their first romance and sending letters to each other when they were in high school, and I was just there watching, watching how this is, watching the normal people living their lives. But I always knew I was different, so yeah, it was in this time, in the teenage period, when I realized that I was different and that I had other not issues, but what do you say, like tastes. And so, I mean, I always felt like feminine. Like in a social reunion, I would talk to women, and I would feel comfortable with the ideas that women had, and not with the ideas that men had, even though I was looking like a man. So that was one indicator that I had to go that way. And then when I came to Berlin, I just thought, okay, then if everyone is free to do what they want, then I'll just be a woman. I feel more, more in line with like completely me when I'm Luisa. But I also, like I said, don't want to forget Luis. So it's a difficult decision to finally go all the way as a trans. And yeah, and like also feels really nice to have tits, and it feels really cute to be able to play with with the fashion and the clothes and the shoes. These are kind of high, so when I'm walking on them, it feels like some sort of floating, and this gives me some extra energy also, or like a sensation, that maybe when I was a boy I couldn't feel because I wasn't allowed to wear this type of shoes. So finally, when I decided to wear them, then I said, "Oh wow, they feel so comfortable." So yeah, I'm glad that you are able to see the second part. First Louise and now Luisa. It gave me what I was missing to complete this decision. Because in Latin countries and France, I think that the religion is still quite important. And so even though you have cases of trans persons and so on, they are still not accepted. Like they are accepted by law and so on, but in society they are still the trans. So unconsciously people put them into another box. Like, yeah, the trans person. Oh, she's a trans. Like, I know. You don't have to point it out like that. And all the experiences I have gave me the same answer. So in the beginning I used a lot of intuition to know that what I had in mind was correct. And also we live in the 21st century, so it's not like before where people didn't have internet and social medias, and information available to analyze these cases. But yeah, in my case it was mostly also intuition to say, okay, this is what I have to do. So I decided to do all the things I did, and even writing to finally see it in outside me, not only inside. So yeah, the path, it's I chose the path because I had to, because I wanted to be happy. And so I knew that if I was always incomplete in this sense, then I would never find like my balance. But some people can be mean to you, you know, because, oh, you have two personalities. But yeah, obviously, if I am a man, I have to be a man. Because society is requiring that from me. If I am a woman, I have to be a woman, you know what I mean? Well, a woman in society, you mean? I mean, a woman, is a person with tits and whatever, but when you behave in society, yeah, you cannot be like, I mean, you could act like men, but then you wouldn't be, I mean, I don't want to say appropriate because it's also not inappropriate, but there is a certain behavior that women have that men don't have. And when you are hanging out with women, you know, you realize that difference. And also when you are hanging out with men, you realize the difference. So there's different, yeah, it's been always going on. And also there's studies about how women think and how men think. But yeah, as I had to deal with both of them, I think that somehow I have both. So when I have this dress, I can finally feel like feminine, this outfit. So sometimes it's really hard to deal with some people who are judging you. You just learn to, like, you get stronger, you know, thicker skin and so on. But I guess that happens with every person in life, because, you know, if you have, like, I don't know, you have your brother who had an accident and died, then you got stronger, and so you know now from there on how to deal with the death of someone that you love. And so from this you can learn, and also if you can or want, you can share it with persons who are going through this. So I think yeah, it's also part of growing up. But yeah, social differences are everywhere, and I have learned to deal with them and accept them. Like, yeah, this is who I am, and maybe I am a minority, but yeah, I'm the minority, what can I do? That's it. Yeah, people who are blessed and have, yeah, you know, like the perfect gender, the perfect economic situation, the perfect mind, and the perfect whatever, good for them. But I have to work with what I have and be happy with what I received when I was born. So when, yeah, in the day to day, sometimes I'm Luis because just easier. But if I'm going to be a complete woman, which is a decision I have to make, then I will take all these responsibilities and be a woman, like all the women, you know, because otherwise I'm not being fair, because women have to wax themselves, women have to take care of their hair, do their nails, like it's a whole job. So if I'm going to change my identity, I'm going to be a woman and be like all of them. So that's why I didn't make a decision yet, because if I'm a drag queen, then I'm a drag queen. I'm not a woman. And I'm only doing it on the weekends. Well, now if someone is aggressive to me, then I'm just aggressive to him because I know better, because I have done things to prove it. I admire people or trans persons who did it without having to prove it, that they just felt it and did it. I admire these people, but I did it my way. I decided to travel and prove it, and then once I felt like I was right, then I did it. So nowadays, since I have an argument or an opinion based on my experience, if someone is mean to me, then I feel like I have the right to be mean to him too. So I will be mean if this is the case. Or sometimes I feel like I'm Luis, and sometimes I feel like I'm Luisa. You know, nowadays I feel more comfortable being Luisa. If you ask me about the courage, sometimes I didn't have it, but you have to go through it, like when you go to an interview for work, sometimes you feel nervous, but you have to go there and put your face in front of the interview and just expose yourself. And exposure was really important for me. In a lot of cases I exposed myself and I failed, but then from this I learned and I got better and then better and better until nowadays I can walk around and as a woman, and I don't find it uncomfortable anymore, because I accepted it from my mind to outside. So whatever people are going to tell me, it wouldn't change me, because I have already accepted me. So as long as I have accepted me, that's enough to continue. I want to continue with the literature and progress in this sense, maybe write the second part of the novel. And then I want to feel comfortable with my body, and in social life feel comfortable and not hide anymore.